144 New Earth Leaders. I'm Geeia Ariati. I am the founder and co-creator of the DAC process and the master teacher of the Purity of Isis Mystery School. We also have a community that is here for creation to assist those of the New Earth leadership in developing quantum skills, elevation in frequency, and understanding how to work in the dimensional realms of our experience, multidimensional training and purification techniques. So today's message is very much to assist with those that might be going through some confusion. After our tipping point, the birth of this new earth reality, the transformation that we are about to witness and already are well and truly witnessing as a global purification or transformation process, the necessary transformation to what has occurred to allow for two sovereign realities to function from whatever dimensional expression of consciousness they desire. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, there is an old earth, which we are calling our beautiful Mother Gaia, and new earth, Sister Tara. So they're very different frequency realities, and many of us have made different choice points over the last 18 months that has landed us in a specific point of experiential learning. So with this, those that I speak to are the 144. I am here to very specifically speak to the 144. The bringers of change may resonate to this, and those that are here for the Great Awakening. However, my messages are for a specific group of beings that hold a very specific energy structure at this point of time. This 144 signature has been weaved through the threads of the DNA, and there is a very specific awareness of what has taken place in regards to creation and the new earth, and moving from one paradigm of experience to a new paradigm of experience. Now, through the tipping point that has occurred in consciousness, there has been a lot of confusion. A lot of what is going on, where am I going, who do I follow, none of this is resonating. The people I used to spend time with, even those close to me, even those from my soul group, all of a sudden I'm just feeling such a distance in the vibrational octave and the bandwidth of connection. And so this bandwidth, if you can imagine that when you live in a certain frequency of information, you function from a reality that holds all of this information. When you transcend that and come into a higher frequency of information and you're working on clearing, purifying, anchoring it, what happens is those that were in a different dimensional frequency no longer resonate. You realize their distortions. You recognize they can't see you. They might have awarenesses, and there's no real reason not to connect with them from the human lens, but they're just functioning from a different reality to you. And so what's occurring for those of the 144 and for the beings that have chosen to be a part of the new earth paradigm and to birth in our great sister Tara and this new expression of a world view and possibility, is that there are significant changes to your own path, because you have, like everyone else, functioned from that of the patriarchal matrix construct of reality, which is the old earth paradigm. And so the old earth paradigm has been how you've gotten to this point of time. I know that many of us that have transitioned fully into the new earth have been able to realize what got them there. Okay, so old earth, how does old earth energy work? There's a focus on karma. There's a focus on clearing. There's a focus on recognition of what is truth. There's a focus on transforming that of the density. There's a focus on clearing and this healing aspect of what has assisted those in the awakening. So much around shadow work, a lot around different understandings of what you could consider ascension, descension, descension to find a unified path. And this has been beautiful training, beautiful tools, beautiful way of being able to navigate and find one's own essence and remembrance. And that is what old earth sits in: remembrance. It sits in awakening. It sits in a consciousness evolution from this way of perceiving reality. Now, what happens when you've transitioned out of that? You might not have even realized that you didn't, say, complete your remembrance or your healing journey, and all of a sudden you're in a new earth vibration. You're in a new earth reality. You're seeing, perceiving your experience in a completely new lens, and you're functioning from a dimension that is very, very little information because it's being created at this point of time. So what that means is that how you functioned is completely shifting. Instead of focusing on clearing, healing, karma, there's a focus on purification and creation. There's a focus on the future rather than the past. There's a focus on what is in the future that I can bring to my present moment. What is it that I'm here for, to educate, to share, to create, to bring into the world? And it's not manifestation, and it's not even actualization. Manifestation and actualization is the lower vibrational expression of creation. It creates steps to do this. Whereas when you're in pure creation, there's no separation point because there's no constructs, there's no distortions of mind. You're able to just create from chi and from that receptivity of spirit and from that sexual current of where you generate life from. And so with this, what you're finding is that if you're functioning in the new earth, your purpose has changed. Now, for many of you, you didn't even get to a point of remembering your purpose. Now, that's really uncomfortable. You're like, but I've been looking for my purpose for 10 years. I almost had it. I almost knew it. And now it's changing. That's not fair. Look at all the work I've done, right? So there's a discomfort because your purpose is made up of three primary pillars. A sacred trinity creates your purpose. Everything in this reality, this dimension, works in the dimensions of the sacred trinity of threes. 3, 6, and 9 create this reality. So if you understand those mathematical sums, you can start to understand and dominate duality and transcend polarization. And this will help you to navigate and go, okay, my purpose was made up of 3 pillars in the old earth, but I'm now functioning from the new earth, which means I either have to release my attachments to one of the old earth pillars of my purpose, maybe even 2. I know for me, my purpose was made up in the old earth. My purpose was made up of awakening, remembrance, and purification. Now, if you followed me for a long time, I very much spoke into the remembrance of who you are, activating who you are, bringing in that information, working on different time-space continuums, clearing, purifying core wounds, all of these different expressions, awakening into higher states of consciousness, anchoring them in, right? So a lot of the information I shared had all of that theme because that's what my purpose was. My purpose was to lead as many into the new earth before the end of days. And that was on the 28th and the 29th of December. And everything shifted for me. My mission was complete, done. And then I'm like, what do I do in the world? Now, if I'm having an identity crisis and this far into my transcendence journey, then it must be challenging for some of you because I knew my purpose. Don't know whether it's better to know it or not know it and then have a whole new purpose. But this expression of my new earth purpose is very different whilst being the same. So an important part of this message is please do not throw out the baby with the bathwater. I'm seeing a lot of this in the 144 and the bringers of change of this concept no longer resonates because that was old earth, and then they throw out the entire thing. That's not what new earth is about. New earth is about taking our sacred wisdoms from our lands, taking our ancestral medicine and evolving it with new high frequency technologies and consciousness interpretations to build new religions, frameworks, medicine, etc., etc., etc. And so with that, your trinity of your purpose will have something from your mastery of your old earth. Now, for me, my new earth purpose is still purification. So purification is a very big part of my purpose. I work with purifying frequencies. I work with purifying consciousness. I work with the purification of distortion of this reality. Purity is a big pillar of my life, and is exactly what the purity of Isis mystery school is about. Now, if you haven't heard that, although it doesn't resonate for me to speak it, it might give some concept. The goddess Isis was not only one of the queen goddesses, she also was the goddess of magic. Now, Isis actually means magic. It's not a name. It's a vibrational frequency and an octave of sound that means magic. And magic is just the mastery of light, not frequency, vibration, and sound. It's light. And understanding light magic, or weaving of light, allowed for her to cultivate that which she did. But she mastered the Baraka process, which is what the Temple of Isis was about. It was purification. She cried the tears of purification, and she worked in the waters. And that is what has been a big part of my journey in old earth, to reconcile the karma, to work through the challenges of that incarnation and that experience for me and the cellular structure, and purify my own distortions of purity to be the embodiment of the purity consciousness. And so this process of the Baraka process, which is the 7 chakra systems, which works in the 5 stages of creation, which is activate, clear, purify, solidify, create. And so working on each of those chakras so that you can intentionally transcend separation consciousness and ego, and allow yourself to live in pure presence and dissolve the human suffering story. So that's massive part of my purpose, old and new earth, because in new earth, it doesn't mean you're transcended. New earth is just a dimensional reality of existence and experiencing yourself. So in this new earth paradigm, I still hold purification as a pillar, but I also hold creation and currency. Now, for me, currency is not money. Currency is energy. And currency is something that I am really great in energetics, but I have never had a focus of currency in my human experience. My idea of currency was the last thing that I cared about in the old earth paradigm of my purpose, because I had so many other areas of importance that was helping individuals to step out of that of the karmic footprint and the repetitive cycle of suffering, and to amend and reconcile the human psyche from the fragmentation of mind. And so this is a very different energy. If you look at what my old purpose was and my new purpose, I feel like a baby. And I've got these tools. I've built these frameworks through my mastery of understanding self and then helping others to understand themselves. And if we are not aware that, wow, okay, I might be functioning from 2 purposes. I might still be in my old earth purpose and my new earth purpose. I might still be functioning from the split timeline that occurred, where there was a timeline that I was single and head in empire and a CEO of some mastery of personal development business, and that I was self-sufficient. And then my other paradigm is actually that I'm in a relationship with family and I have a more modest expression of my medicine. And so if you have 2 split timelines based on old earth, new earth, and the timeline split that occurred back in about 1984, there was the awakening into the new earth that became a real reality here, then you're going to find this challenging, because you need to identify within yourself what is true now, because I'm not what I was then. I'm not my original blueprint. I'm not my original divine path or plan. And I'm not functioning from the same frequency or even from the same aspects of codes and templates. And to make sense of this, your purpose is created from these codings that you have. Now, in the old earth, I held a lot of priestess energy. In the new earth, I actually hold more businesswoman. very different paradigms, not something that I'm used to functioning from. This is a birthing of a new me in the form of vibration of what it is that will create for this expression of reality. I had very clear archetypes. If you haven't heard anything about this, I can explain. It's called the Magic Masterclass. It explains about energetic archetypes and how you can use a profiling tool to understand your own innate magic that goes beyond star signs, human design, and all of that, because it's your own innate energy signature. And you will have different archetypes, different energy expressions. And if you're unawares of these, they can dominate your life. And the idea is to transcend them and integrate them in. So with that, how can you be aware and supportive of where you're going and finding the vibrational resonance? If you are looking for a mentor, if you are watching different things on social media, if you're afraid that you're falling into the old earth paradigms and you're unable to step fully into the new earth, recognizing that old earth will focus on the aspects of wrongness in the global platform. It will focus on the agendas. It will focus on exposure. It will focus on the rise of the feminine. It will focus on a level of distorted power is the focus of old earth at the moment. Now, new earth is about how do we create something that is different from what we've lived. And so there's creation, and it's not bypass. There's very much a real known knowledge and integration that this expression of the new paradigm of movement forward is the focus. It is cultivating what you are now and not what you were, and focusing on present and future with the awareness of what has been, what you have mastered, and dissolving and letting go of the rest. So if this resonates and you would like to learn more around creation and conscious creation and being able to cultivate this aspect of new earth leadership, you may be interested in joining our community. The links are in the bio below. If you are a woman that's wanting to embody your soul's medicine magic and go through the baraka or the purification process that was taught in the ancient temple of the goddess Isis, then please email me directly and I can arrange a one-on-one consult with you to see if this is on your path forward and is the most resonant for your individual purpose. And please like, subscribe, and tag share this video for anyone that may find this of resonant interest. I love you. I love you. I love you. Amazing. Have a fabulous day.